What's happening? Couple Stewardate Game Melker here, Big Kitty Games. Now that I think about it, I actually haven't streamed since we had all the spam bots bugging us. So I'm looking at these screens again now, remembering that. I added a whole bunch of stuff, probably still amateur level, I don't know. Like blacklisted words and spam block, yada yada. There was a lot of stuff that I didn't have turned on, that I did turn on. So hopefully that will not be a thing anymore. And actually, I probably, I'll open up YouTube and the whatnot if I need to deal with that stuff in real time. And this week I kind of been working on really boring stuff, so I haven't been streaming. You can see kind of what I'll get into what I'm working on here, but I've been studying and learning, mostly animations, because that's like my weakest subject in the 19 professions that make up indie development, indie game dev that I am. Where's my phone buzzing? But so yeah, I ended up finding a pretty cool tool via recommendation that has allowed me to improve some of the funky animations that we're using in Solace crafting. One of the biggest ones is the harvesting animation. And I think I showed this last stream. This is the modified one that I tweaked. Let's see if we can look at the original one. It's up here. Crafter chop. Horizontal. So you can see this dude's hands, how he's holding, an axe, supposedly. And when he swings, his hands are still kind of holding the axe, right? Well, it turns out, and I just kind of didn't know enough about how all of this stuff works, but it turns out these 2 or 3 packs that I own from this guy, which are full of animations, which is why it's cool, because there's just so many of them, even if they're not really super high quality. This stuff can be really expensive, and these really were not, so it's cool to at least have these. But the problem is he's built all of these various animations using these weird tunes that he's built himself, and they look kind of humanish, sure, but that's not, what an actual person looks like. So when you try to apply these animations to a realistic model like we use, the bones actually don't match up very nicely. Like the arms are really short and stubby and this and that. So we can look at that. For example, Unity comes with this dude just as an example. Sorry, cat, no sitting on me right now. And you can see right away that the hands are not matched up. If we go back to the start, you can see he can't hold the axe properly, because his arms are so much longer. And of course this, like the models that we're using, you can extend arm length and all of that, but that's still always proportional. So really any semi-realistic human model should be the same. That's kind of the big selling point for Unity's, it's called Mechanim, is that if you get it more or less working with a humanoid model, it should more or less work with any other humanoid model. But again, these guys they're not actually humanoid. They're using this kind of childlike, stubby model as the base. So yeah, they end up not working together too well. And so I got this tool that lets you apply modifications to animations, sort of just additively. What's up, Meanie? So where is it? Sorry, my cat cam's not up. I could plug it in. The cats are sitting there. Actually, I should plug it in. So anyway, I modified it, and it's not amazing, but it actually, yeah, the cats are fighting now because I don't have the cat cam on. I made it a lot better anyway, so it's just less janky. It's still silly. His feet are moving all over. I could fix his feet too. It's a neat tool. I'm still getting used to using it, but it was really pretty straightforward. So yeah, I can get that stuff going better now that I know how to do that. I spent basically like a whole day trying to get those animations to just kind of import properly rather than having to go in and edit the animations themselves. I was trying to get the avatars that control how the bones interact with the model to work, and it more or less people were just telling me it's not going to work, and it never did. So I had to put that down and go with the model editing tool, but again, that worked great, so we'll probably be using that in the future. My wife stole the cat cam again, so I'm having to rewire it here. Oh, that worked for me. That's nice. Anyway, so the next thing that I was studying and have successfully learned how to better work with is what we're looking at here. This is the Animator. This is what's used in Unity to transition animations to and from one another, which is important because you don't want to just jump from standing still or, being mid-swing for an attack to then jumping to getting hit. You don't want the character animations to be not transitioned, is all I'm trying to say. And this handles that for you. It's basically just a big state machine. So you've got conditions for going out, conditions for coming back, between the different states. And then within these states, we've actually got our animations. Why does it not let me click on that? I might not have set that one up quite right. These aren't... Well, we might have to look at this. This is not loading quite properly. But anyway, I made this all through code, which is what I had pulled up here earlier. It's a bit of a big script, but boy, it beats the heck out of going in and right-clicking, make transition, clicking here, clicking add, clicking this, clicking that. It takes like 100 clicks to make anything in this interface, and it drives me insane. So I'm very pleased that I figured out how to set this all up automatically. So basically what I'm doing here is... Stop messaging me. My phone is going nuts with random crap. So I've got this script that will just automatically create the controller. So I just deleted it, and now we've recreated it. And we don't yet have all of the animations plugged into it, but the reason for doing this is in part because it used to look like this, and it was getting out of control. And like we've got your armed tree and your ranged tree and your stealth tree and your idle tree now. And like you can see within each of these is a whole bunch more logic. And I need to add quite a bit more to this. And we need a dual wheeled tree, and we need a two-handed tree, and some other stuff. Probably a casting tree. So I don't want to keep having to click 7,000 times to make all of these, so I started building this programmed constructor, and it's working great. And I actually changed I'm attempting to change the way that this logic flows, and I'm not actually sure that this will work. But again, the benefit is if it doesn't work, I can just copy and paste this stuff in a different order, and it will recreate the whole thing for me to work the way that I want it to, rather than having to reconnect all of these manually. Long story short, it's really not fun to do this by hand. So, first step though, it looks like these blend tree, oh, there it worked now. Why is that? I closed the project, opened the project back up, and then the blend trees were not letting me click on them. That's odd. That might be something I need to look into. You can see the blend tree here is all set up good and fine, even though the animations I haven't necessarily plugged in yet. Let's do a little test here. I'm going to close Unity, and yeah, the idle tree works fine. And let's just open it back up, because we are basically creating assets via code here. And I might not be saving them properly or something to that effect. The blend trees are getting created like this. Yeah, I might know what I need to do actually. There's actually a create blend tree method in here. I think machine base is the top level, and wasn't there or was it the animator? Don't we have what's it called? Up at the top, controller dot blend. Create blend tree in controller. I might need to be calling this. This is going to return an animator state. Oh, it does have an out for the blend tree though. Animator state though, see, that's kind of the problem. We can try it though if we need to. I don't want it actually creating states, because I am creating my blend trees in substates. So if it creates a state, it's probably going to create it on the top level, and I need to create it deeper in. But let me pull up some of the stuff I was reading yesterday. Other people, it was mostly from 2017. But people were using asset database code to add the blend tree to, attach the asset of the blend tree to the animator after creating it. That might be a necessary step we have to go through too. How to add a blend tree to an animator via code. There were some good answers to this. Of course, you change one word in your Google search and everything's different now. Yeah, it looks like we've lost our sort of like ephemeral blend tree that's supposed to be up here. So we can't have that. I wonder if the assets aren't getting dumped somewhere too. That could be a problem if we're creating sort of like memory leaks for the project. Wouldn't affect the end product, but would not be fun for me. So let's see how to add a blend tree. Create blend tree via code. This may be enough. Yeah, there we go. Substate machine via API. People are suggesting you need to do asset database. Basically this line. Add object to asset. So what this script is doing is create the animator controller at the actual path. So we're creating an asset anew here. So that one already exists. So we want to add, I assume here, object to add asset object. Okay, so we want to add our blend tree. Just put it here, I think. We want to add our two hand-ranged blend tree to our controller. And loading and unloading Unity repeatedly is not fun to watch, I know, but let us do this again because we do need to make sure that this is working or it's going to break every time I close and come back. We've got quite a few blend trees being generated here already, and we do need these to work for this whole approach to be viable. One-handed melee, two-handed ranged. That's where we started. Okay, I think we're good. So I'm going to save. We'll see if that gives us any sort of error running it the first time. Like I say, these posts are from like 2017. This is something I think not a lot of people get into, but where there's a will, there's a way. Where are we at? Player animator delete. We're going to create it again from scratch. And didn't get any errors. Our blend trees are alive and well. So I'm going to save and close. And I like to just wait a few seconds for the background tasks to clean up. Usually there's something closing behind the scenes. We'll get that started up again. Takes a minute or two. Well, the cats ran away. It's supposed to be 2 degrees warmer today than it was yesterday. Which I am all for. It's still pretty cold here. But man, the spring feels good after winter. So where are we? Anyway, I made a list of all of the new skills that need actions, and we got some new ones that I'm going to plug in here. Some of these, like I just haven't looked for a good shield bash yet. I'm pretty sure I have one. A lot of these, though, I think, like the casting ones, they don't necessarily need their own specific animation. These are more particle-based, right? So it's the special effects that are more important than the casting animation itself. But we do still have a variety of different casting animations to plug in. And again, I'm kind of just not positive that I'm really going to be able to use many of those ones that I bought. Just last week I bought, or was it 2 weeks ago, I bought that ninja pack for the stealth walk, and the stealth walk did not work at all. It was terrible. So, but I was like, well, I'll just keep it anyway because I can use those fancy attacks. But actually, kind of might not be able to. So there's a couple of different content creators that are very well received. Let's see, like one of them is this guy, Kevin Iglesias, and another is this guy, Kubold. And they do lots of animations. This guy really doesn't, his stuff's really pricey, and the majority of it is more like modern combat-ish. People do really like his movement stuff, though. But yeah, see, this guy's got actual humanoid models that this stuff is based on, so it should work a lot better. This package is $100, but it contains archer, caster, melee, etc. So that could be a worthwhile pack. And here we've got chopping and mining and all of that, which we certainly could go for. This on its own would be $30. So lumberjack, mining, seeding, skinning. Probably gonna have to buy that. And if we're gonna buy that, we'll probably go ahead and buy this whole mega pack, even if I am short on cash. So anyway, looks like we're loaded back up. Let's look at our player animator, and the blend tree's still there. Okay, so yeah, that kind of makes sense to me. We just have to make sure that this gets attached to this creator or controller that we're creating. Otherwise, it probably gets flagged for deletion, basically, because it's just not really existing anywhere other than in memory. So that's good. Kind of the next thing we have to do is actually make sure that this flow state is working, because, for example, right now, if you are idle and you jump, you're going to go to the jump animation, and that's great. But if you are harvesting, there's nothing actually that's going to tell you to jump. And I don't think there's different ways to go about this. And every time I open this, I drag this down and it resets. That's annoying. Sorry, I had my chat closed. Oh, thank you, Meanie. I'm still not a Twitch affiliate, unfortunately. So you actually can't tip or do bits or any of that stuff in Twitch. I wonder how far along I am, though. Oh, I'm playing myself here. That was weird. I need to get like a bot set up to be able to print this stuff out, don't I? I thought I had this set up somewhere. Anyway, I was going to look at my... how do I look at my own profile? There we go. Channel and video, connections, recommendations, viewer rewards, creator camp, what is it, community, insights, channel analytics, achievements, there it is. Path to affiliate, path to partner, check. Path to affiliate, I still need average of 3 viewers. Yeah, that's the one I've been stuck on forever. Usually, because it you know, sometimes I have 0 viewers. Sometimes I have 1 viewer. I need to have an average of 3 viewers to get unlocked for Twitch stuff. But, every time I open this, it... Oh yeah, there it is. Takes me to YouTube? I'm not sure. I don't think you can in YouTube. This is the streaming software that I use. The link there. And that has a custom tip page. And there's some merchandise. I need to add more merchandise too. But I need to post that so I can access it later too. I need to get a bot going for Twitch, really, is what I need to do. I have Nightbot installed, I think. I just don't know how it actually works. So, anyway, what I was saying... What's up, Art? How you doing? Say we're in one-handed melee mode and we try to jump. There's not actually any logic going to jump yet. So there's a couple of different ways that we can do this. And I think it is safe to go the route of not actually using these guys anymore. And actually feeding to these directly from any state. So basically, regardless of where you are, you could be mid-attack. Well, I suppose we'd want to make sure you're not dead. But no matter what's happening, if you jump, it goes to the jump animation, right? Basically, that's what we want. And then if you go to the ground, it makes a frame into the idle animation, sure. But if it detects that you've actually got weapon type 1 on, which means you've got sword and board out, it goes straight to here. So I think that this bit of the flow should work, but we need more direct connections to these sort of overriding states, because it doesn't matter what else is going on if you're in a boat. You need to be in the boat animation if you're in a boat. So let us try and set that up. I kind of scrunched my screen down here because I was looking at these variables. I guess I can make it a little bigger. And I do still want to look at some of those here in a minute. Basically, what's going on here is I'm rebuilding the player animator via code. It used to look like this. Oh, and I can see, you probably can't see. It shows me, I don't need UMA. It shows me all those trees attached here. That's interesting. It does not show them the ones that exist within that. I guess, yeah, in some of the posts that I was reading, they were actually setting these hierarchy flags to be hidden, so you can't click on them directly. I really like that you can click on them directly, though. That's actually pretty useful. I'm not actually going to be using that, but that is still pretty nice. You work mostly with JavaScript, don't you, Art? I mean, you don't actually work with code, do you? You just work with coders. Or no, not JavaScript. What was it? I suppose it would be Visual Basic. SharePoint Power Apps Expression Writing. I stand corrected. Yeah, you guys are out in the real world. That is a nice perk of game development. Definitely, it's you get to see what you're doing become something more than just a spreadsheet. Yeah. And gaming industry is getting bigger and bigger. But uh-oh. Streamlabs timed you out, meanie. Too many messages? Do I need to fix that? That's one of those moderation tools that I turned on. Let's see, that was under CloudBot. What do we got? Caps protection, symbol protection, link protection, word protection, paragraph protection. Not sure which one that was. Maybe word protection? Caps, commands, timers, quotes, giveaways, importer name. Happy Meanie. Let me make you a regular. And you're on Twitch, right? Okay, that should stop it from yelling at you. I made you regular. Can I do that in here? I don't think I can. Still learning all of this stuff. I set up because we had all those spam bots. Get art saved as a regular. I'll add you guys on YouTube as well, just because. Anyway, where were we? So basically I just kind of want to test this out. Well, so I know the logic flow isn't going to work going backwards. Repeating tables, I don't know what that means. It sounds Doctor Strange. And I got my phone is buzzing like crazy too. Everybody's talking on Google Chat. Oh, I just closed Unity accidentally. Panic. Oh, they're talking about politics. I'm just going to close that for now. Anyway, so I think we want to add some transitions here. We've currently got that one. Let's see. We want to do a state swimming add transition that's outbound. Haven't actually done this before yet. We want to do something like state swimming. I think add transition lets us specify destination state. So that's not what we want. Destination transition. We could make a new transition and specify. Or can we do something like controller dot any? No. Or what is it? Base machine base dot any state transitions. Add any state transition. Unity function add any state transition to the specified state or state machine. Okay, I think this is what we want. Animator state transition. So basically we're going to be doing this. Let's do any to swimming equals I'm going to just mute Google Hangouts here for an hour. My phone's just buzzing nonstop. It's bothering me. Destination state, right? This should be fine. Any to swimming. Destination state is state swimming tree. Not tree, just state swimming. And then any to swimming dot add condition if we are treading water. And let's see. I think that's good enough for now. Let's go ahead and say if not on ground. Because if we're on ground, we don't want to be swimming. And our hard overrides are swimming, fall, jump, boat. So maybe we should also add phone still buzzing. What's going on? Shh. Let's say if not boat idle. I should probably change that, but I won't. And we can just take a peek at that real quick, make sure it's doing what we want it to do. So this is the first time we've tried to create one from the any state. So basically we have to be treading water but not on ground and not in a boat. And if all those conditions are passed at any time, that might be dangerous to be in any state though, if that just triggers constantly. Might not actually be viable. See how it did this for me there. And we've got all of these plugged into here. But even if we are already swimming, this is going to fire, and it might keep sending us back to the beginning of this bit. So let's get some testing going on and actually plug these in so I can try some of these things out. Swimming would be a lot harder to test than jumping. Jumping though, no, we probably do want to do swimming. Because jumping is a one-time thing. Yeah, I think that is what we want. So let's go ahead and start plugging in some of these animations, because none of this is going to work until I plug these in. We don't need to get them all in right now. Let's go ahead and get the basic movement animations in, and I don't actually remember where all of those are. We would like to stop using this stuff, to be honest, but let's see, what can we do here? Project. I want to move these into the you're being used folder. Like this. Would like to have the inspector open somewhere too. Too many windows. Human walk. We're using pretty much all of these, right? Walk, run right, run left, run. Yeah, I want all of these. Run. Move you over here. Those are all from... Those are from standard assets, huh? Interesting. Happy Meanie donated $109 to get the pack, because she's really nice. Well, now I gotta buy it. Mega Animations pack. Let's look at the basic motions too. Maybe we should plug in the... It's got running and... It's got idle. It's got... walk, sprint, run, etc. Well, thank you very much, Meanie. I should probably not do that on screen. Waiting for the asset store. There it goes. Oh, just reloaded the whole thing. Check out. There it goes. I agree. Pay now. Let me go ahead and get my second project loading. I don't like to import stuff directly into the main project. Oof, do not envy your snow, Art. Do envy your pizza, though. Take it easy. I'm sure it's got staggered. Let's see, I closed it because it was showing my address. Because it's got these, yeah, it's got like those sword attack stuff in there. So we can get that downloading in our satellite project. Thank you, Meanie. We had tons of snow last week, and then it totally went away. It was weird. Come on, Unity. Don't be stupid. Well, I'll let that do whatever it's doing. In the meantime, some of these are a little different. We are using walk left, walk forward. We're not using walk forward. We're using walk left and walk right, as well as the backwards. Okay. Left, left, backwards, not forwards. You know, we might be replacing some of these. Let's see if we can get them plugged in. We want them on here. And I want to make a prefab of this guy so that this all retains. Player, animator, creator is what he is called. So idle, let's see, backward left. Backwards right. Backwards. Walk left. Walk right. Run forward. Run L, I forget which is which. This is directly left. This is diagonal, okay. So L is run left. And run left is run forward left. I need to rename those, that's just terrible. Well, we might not be using them by the end of the day, so we'll leave it as is for now. Run R is going to be direct right. Run right is going to be diagonal. What are we missing? Forward left, we need walks. Where's our walks? Walk. Humanoid walk. And didn't move these ones over, okay. Humanoid walk right, walk left. Move those into here. If we do get funding come April, I'm going to have to organize all of this stuff a lot better. Which is kind of what I'm doing a little bit of right now as we go. And that would be fine with me. Project's a bit of a mess. Humanoid walk forward. That's the avatar. And forward right. That's the avatar. Forward right. Forward left. Okay, so that should give us all of our basic idle animations. I don't even have jump installed yet or swimming. We better at least add those in. That's what I was doing before I went to bed last night. So basically all of these guys, extra motions, we need jump, public motion, we need jump, we need fall, we need is it just swim and tread, I guess? Just those two? Swim and tread. And I think that's good enough for now. I do want to add motion to the front of these, just to uphold my naming conventions. And yeah, we're going to add more, but we just kind of want to get a test going first to make sure that we're doing everything right here. And that those logic flows work, because if they don't, I'm going to want to program them a little different. 10 o'clock, that's fine. In order to do so, we just delete this guy and recreate. And I don't actually have him plugging in the anim. No, I do, just that they're null. So we should find that this tree is now fully populated. We're missing one. Oh, we didn't put the idle in. That's fine. So I'll delete that again, and yeah, we don't actually have just plain idle plugged in there yet. Motion idle, I do. Public motion, motion idle. Why am I not seeing that? Idle left is where it starts. Inspector note. Is death missing as well? Death is missing. Do I need to, oh yeah, I was supposed to do public bool, extra motions, wasn't I? Beneath these notes. They all need like a dummy variable beneath them. So this is just kind of like a little custom thing. I forgot about that. You need to have a dead variable beneath them. Stealth motion. It can be named whatever, to be honest, but OCD. Two-hand ranged motion. Recompile. And I think this was our idle animation. I would like to get multiple idles set up. so that it kind of randoms between some, you know, every once in a while you get a stretch kind of thing. Alright, and then we need swimming to make sure that we can run our test. Our swimming animations are here and here, surface and tread. Swim and tread. There we go. And I think that's enough to get our test going. No jump, no fall, yada yada. Should be good though. So we need to create that. And we need to go to our player object and add our new animator here to no longer use 3, but this guy. He's going to be broke at the beginning. That's definitely not the avatar that we want. And I think those get replaced anyway. They do by Uma, so that's fine. Let's just turn this off. Shouldn't matter. I'll leave it on. We'll see what it does. And we're going to dive into single player. And most of the animations are not going to work, but we should be able to move. And we should be able to swim. So that's what we really want to test and see if that going from an any state to the swim state is going to constantly refire because we're using any, or what. If it's trying to go to a state that we're already at, I would like to believe that it's smart enough to not refire that every frame, but it might. So we're going to have to look and see. Not too close to the water, but I'm not too far away either. So thanks to Meanie, we got a bunch of new animations too. It's a rabbit. Trying to think. I do have a sword animation pack that so jump is working. Why is jump working? Why is player 3 in use? Oops. I've got that plugged in on one of the managers, don't I? Or I think I've actually got that plugged in on either avatar or animation. Yeah, there it is. I'm gonna have to reassign this every time I recreate it. It's not a big deal. Kind of a pain in the butt. Not a big deal. Just have to remember that. Anyway, let's cheat over to that water this second time. Don't want to keep running over there repeatedly. But yeah, we shouldn't be able to jump. I didn't plug jump in yet. But yeah, I've got one sword pack. Did this finish loading? It did. we can get that downloading. Reminders for what? I'm going to... We're in the water. I think it is working properly. We're swimming. Let's pull out the animator so we can look at it a little bit. Make sure we are looking at our player. It's still using this guy. That's weird. Animation controller, player animator. But down here it's still got player 3 assigned. So maybe it's UMA that's assigning that. Anyway, we can force override it here. It's not gonna let me look at that. So we're stuck in the idle tree. Interesting. And it really doesn't like when you have the player object selected. We're walking on water. I guess I can get... Okay, now we're stuck in fall. So yeah, we just need to improve this logic. I'm curious why that goes to blend though. Anyway, the any state does not seem to be working. Currently we are treading water. And we're also on ground though. We shouldn't be on ground. Why are we on ground? That's why that's not firing. I thought we would get set to not be on ground when we are in the water. Well, let's save where we are so I can keep testing in this location and improve. How are you going to remind me if you don't remember? That test did not work as intended. So I think this is all that the logic was wrong there though. We were on ground for some reason. And I'll look at that later. Just want to make sure treading water goes to... Yeah, that's really all I wanted to double check was how this any state transition is going to handle. Just because I'm not sure. We can get these importing. They're going to be under Kevin Iglesias. Sometimes I lose where they get installed and can never find them. Let's get this loading up again. Oh, wait, no. I need to recreate the creator. I wonder if there's some way I can improve that workflow. Well, we want to plug it into, I think it was UMA too. I need to figure out where I need to plug that in. And we should probably just add it under resources. So that I can, I can test it manually. No, but I didn't recreate it. So I don't have to plug it in every time. If I generated in the resources folder. I can access it in runtime. And it seems to be actually using the UMA script, which is where? Yeah, it's listed right here. So basically we want to have this guy. I'll manually populate him for the moment, but we should probably code. How come that changed? Type mismatch. Alright. We should probably update this so that it can automatically find itself and load it in, because we're going to be changing that a lot for testing. Not a lot, but we're definitely going to be needing to do that again. Julio Iglesias. There's some name that I'm like remembering. Isn't there some like famous hot dude? Enrico Iglesias, was that it? In the States? I don't even know who that is, but and it makes me think of Princess Bride. What's his name? My name is... Dang it, I can't remember his name. Indigo... My name is Indigo Montoya, was it? You killed my father. Prepare to die. Yeah, it looks like it's working fine. Man, the editor just hates it when you have something selected. I want to double check the animator though, and I don't really like that it doesn't let me... Oh, no, yeah, we're back on this one. Great. Player animator doesn't matter there. Animator, player 3, player animator. Yeah, see, I think it is doing that. It's just firing it repeatedly. That's what I wanted to test. So, can I see myself? Good lord. Select something else. I can't actually see. Yeah, I'm just stuck in like a T-pose here, and I'm not doing my thing properly. And I'm not exiting fall properly either. If I get to swimming though, you can see how... I guess you can't see, can you? This logic is just firing repeatedly, so we can't do it that way. That's just what I wanted to double check. So that is not a viable solution. Yeah, it was Montoya, wasn't it? So that's not viable. That's fine. This is still importing. That's weird. A lot of animations. So we can't go from any. So basically, we need to probably not... We could go like harvesting, idle, and then over here. But that would work fine for falling and swimming and boat. But then jump comes into question. No, I think it would still work. But this is actually not a state. This actually uses a float. Which is a little weird. But I guess we can just try that out. Now jump is going to become important instead of swimming. So let's make sure we've got jump applied. What's our old jump? Old jump is this guy. Jump, stand, start. and we're probably going to be changing this too with our new pack. But this is actually from the dynamic sword set. So this one, these are actually pretty good animations. It's kind of a weird approach. He's got it cut up into like 3 different stages, which I just kind of never have really liked, to be honest. But let's see. Jump, stand, start. You are now our jump animation. And you should be getting assigned properly already, I believe. And we just want to get the logic going so that, let's see. Say we're in idle. I'm not doing just outbound transitions anymore, even though this is. I guess I'll leave it alone. And it does add these in order too. So idle to swimming. No, we wanted to go one-handed actually, didn't we? Here we go. So we want you to go to the idle tree if your weapon type is 1. We also want you to go to the idle tree if jump is greater than 0. Now, I think we already have a transition from idle with jump. So what we would expect is one hand melee to idle, right? State idle tree, blah blah blah. If we're not actually in melee though yet. Okay, let's plug those in. We got to do it sometime eventually anyway, so might as well do it now. Does jump cost anything? Jump does not. Did you get smited again by something? Oh, yeah. I will allow it. I'll add permitted term. Maybe I didn't want to do that. Oh well. Add permitted term. Is that Nightbot that did that? I was just going to let you say it, not add it to the anybody can say it list. I think that was Nightbot. Nightbot commands, maybe? Yeah, I don't really like having stamina for run and stuff like that. And jumping in SC doesn't like give you any sort of benefit, you know, it just makes you jump. So I don't mind that it's free. You know, you're supposed to be like this hero, but you get winded if you run for more than 15 seconds. I always thought that was kind of weird. Yeah, that's not useful. That's weird that that's like the first search result. But okay. Maybe it was just like a Twitch command. Auto mod. Odd permitter. Do I have this installed? Maybe Twitch. This mod. Delete permitted term. Let's just try that. I don't. Are these just built into Twitch? Maybe. Unrecognized command. It was on Twitch that it wanted me, or it offered me the ability to do that, though. Maybe I have to actually be in the Twitch console? Unrecognized command. I don't know. Delete. Add. Doesn't look like it knows add either. There are a bunch of commands, though. Emote only, clear, ban, unban, restrict, unrestrict, raid, monitor, marker, host, slow, subscribers, timeout, block, help me, mods. Well, it doesn't look like it's a Twitch command. This says it's, auto mod, though. I don't have like an auto mod thing installed, to my knowledge. I've got Streamlabs as a moderator. I guess it must be Streamlabs. I do have Nightbot set up as a user. He's supposed to be a moderator, though, I'm pretty sure. Can I do something about that? I think that's just /mod, isn't it? Nightbot. Do I have to put it in brackets? Why is this not working? Ding 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 ding. Nightbot. Does it need to be capitalized? Why is that not working? Mod Nightbot. Maybe I can just click on him. I don't know what I'm doing here. Whatever. I'll have to look that up. Mod command doesn't seem to be working. I think I'm supposed to mod Nightbot. The command that I passed there to unblock that word, I think that might have been CloudBot, in which case word protection. I added a ton of words in here, though, didn't I? Blacklist. No, it's not in here. I don't know. Whatever. Let's get back to what we were doing. I need to plug in these guys. So let's go ahead and do that. Idle equip, and let's see, I've got all of these collapsed for the moment. So I'm going to uncollapse the ones that I want. And these are also in the same folder. Cool. And we can drag these over into our animation folder. And you. Good. Let's see if I can collapse the ones we're done with. keep them out of the fray, and expand the ones we need, which doesn't actually expand them over here, does it? No, it doesn't. So that's actually not super helpful. But that's alright. What do we got? Walk, equip, back, down. Basically all of these, right? Let's expand these because we need to access their motions. And what else we got? Run, equip, and its friends. Run, equip, L left. I'm not in the right place here. Whoops. Collapse all of that. I think it is actually expanding them for us. Let's try. Yeah, they're actually expanded over here when they're not over there. So even better. Jump stand we don't need. Good, 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 good. Alright. Back to the animator. Actually over here we need what? One-handed motions. Thank God I only have to do this stuff once, because it's mind-boggling. Front right, walk front right. Melee. I can't even see these. Forward right, front right. Walk right. Walk left. Front left. And front. Just gotta do it. Back right. I might get these backwards, but probably not. Should be fine. Back right. Back left. And back. And then we've got run right and run. Yeah, I don't know which is which. We better watch. This is diagonal and this is horizontal. Okay. R is horizontal. R forward right. Right is horizontal. Left is going to be forward. No. Yeah. Left is diagonal. Okay. And L is going to be horizontal. Are these backwards? There's no way I got that backwards. R is horizontal. I did get them backwards. I hate this stuff. I should have just named these better. These were the first ones that I did, and I didn't name them right. R is horizontal. Right is diagonal. And where is run forward? There you are. Do we have an idle? Idle equip. And sheath, we can get into that later. Okay, so we've got movement. Now what we're trying to test is when we trigger jump, right? Jump is supposed to go. Let's collapse all of these. Let's delete you and recreate you. And now you are populated with this guy. If jump is greater than 0, you're going to go to the idle tree. And then the idle tree should go to the jump tree. Fall logic wasn't working either. Well, no wonder. That makes no sense. Treading water equals false. Did I get that wrong? Where is that? Fall outbound. This is if not. If you're not treading water, you want to go down to there. Fall to swimming. Oh, that's... Hmm? That's the problem. This is supposed to be a condition of this guy. Fall to idle, fall to idle, fall to swimming, fall to swimming. Very good. We should really add... some extra logic to this. So if not treading water, and this guy is likewise... we did find that I was on ground even though I was in the water. I'm not sure why that was, but anyway. Oh, another one of 72 things to look at later. That should just be a physics check on my feet that's trying to see if there's ground basically like within 2 centimeters of my feet. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Seems to be firing for some reason though. So we're going to go back to idle if we are on the ground and not treading water. If we are treading water, we're going to go to swimming. If we're not swimming, we're going to go back to idle. I can't imagine a case where you would transition from water to falling, so that should be fine. We don't have waterfalls. I guess that could be a thing someday. But again, one-handed melee going to the idle tree if we are either not equipped one-handed or we are in the midst of a jump. If we get to the idle tree and we are in the midst of a jump, it should feed straight to the jump. But these states always seem to have a little bit of delay, so I want to make sure that that is a viable approach. And again, I'm not doing this by hand, so it's really not a big deal if I have to program logic to pass all of those states directly to jump when needed. I don't mind copy pasting 10 lines of code to do that. It's not a big deal. But I do like how clean this makes the animator. Much easier to work with, etc. if this is in, a viable route. So let's give it a try. First thing, don't drown. Second thing, fix my animator. To use the player animator. Don't keep the character selected so that Unity doesn't freak out. So yeah, we've got our sword out and we're doing a funky twitch. What's going on? Don't dock, please. Just give me the window. Good lord, just give me the window. There you go. Why am I twitching like this? Doesn't look like I've got myself selected here. It's switching to and from jump constantly, is it? I can't tell what it is doing there. Idle blend tree, it gets to here and something is firing to make it leave and come back. Is that on the base layer? What's going on here? Fall. It looks like jump and fall are triggering. Why is that? Jump is at 0. We're on the ground. It won't let me look at it while I'm in here. That's really silly. Auto live link. Can I turn that off? Let me look. It does let me look. So what's going on here? We're idle and we're still falling. Why are we falling? On ground is true. Treading water is false. That makes no sense. How did that get put there? Idle outbound transitions. Idle to swimming is treading water. We don't need that. Idle to fall is if not on ground and not treading water. So that's a problem. Idle to jump is jump. It's fine. This was just incorrect. Let's just double check these because this is annoying. Idle to boat, if boat. Idle to stealth, stealthed. Idle to harvesting, weapon types, good. Well, bugs to be expected, but it's a bummer. And you gotta restart. What are the kitties doing? Tabby-chan, what are you doing? That's not enough, is it? I need to recreate it. My bad. Again, we should probably go and figure out why this is not assigning itself properly, but not a big deal for the moment. I just want to get it working first. I want to get these tests working properly so that we know if our logic flow states are viable or not. Once we've got that figured out, then I can just hunker down and finish plugging the rest of the things in, and we can move on to adding new animations. That, I'm sure they will be. That's a big, nice humanoid pack. Want to make sure we are using our player animator. And we are doing the swimming twitch. We already determined that's not okay. And oh god, I have to select something else, or I'm close to dying also. Don't die. Get some air. Get on the rock. Okay. Okay, we got our weapon out. And we're jumping. Actually never made it to jump. It went straight to fall. So this might not be viable. Jump is greater than 0. Let's look at the jump variable. I'm gonna go whip. I hit jump. Did it register? I don't think it did. No. Let's see if I can go. I've got escape open. Okay. Did it register there? No. I'm trying to hit space really quick. It is at 5.3, but see, there's this delay. It doesn't do it within the span of a frame. It spends time moving down that road. We're at 5.4. We're idle. And we're still getting to fall prior to getting to jump. So why is that? Jump is greater than 0, and we are not on the ground, so that should trigger, but I believe that these are in order. Idle outbound, well, yeah, we do. We have fall before jump. So jump needs to be prior to fall, apparently. But in either case, I believe, and we don't have fall plugged in here, do we? That's why this is, yeah, we don't. That's why I'm standing Some people jump like that. But I think, yeah, we better just try it though. I don't think it's going to work because of that delay, the way that it, I would like it to trigger instantly, move through those logic flows, but it's not doing that. So we moved jump above fall. I was just thinking, like, if you're in the middle of a fall and you push jump, I guess you could still do the action. It just wouldn't actually apply the physics. So that's fine. If jump fires, you're gonna jump. If jump has finished firing, this is one of the few that has an exit timer here. So if you're on the ground, that one goes straight back to the ground, like this. It's not gonna let me look at it. Hello, Inspector? What are you doing? Hello? You're not locked. What are you doing? Yeah, you thought you were locked. You're not. Did the lock get reversed somehow? What's going on here? Did Meanie just get banned? What just happened? What's going on? Streamlabs has timed out Meanie. 33 messages were deleted. I added you as a friend. I thought that would fix that. Did you say something weird? Did you, like, swear or something? Why did it delete all your messages all of a sudden? I don't know, man. It keeps adding permitted term. I don't know. Whatever. I'll figure that stuff out later. Sorry I deleted your messages. If you had something there I was ready to respond to or not. I added you as a regular. I thought it would stop doing that. Role regular. Well, obviously I still have stuff to learn and look into. I guess I could just turn CloudBot off until the spammers show up. But anyway. What were we doing? I forget. I think we fixed the order of jump, let's go ahead and at least add the fall animation in as well to make sure that we aren't just standing there weird. Jump stand loop into here. Yeah, why is my... Okay, now it's locked, but my inspector stopped working for a minute there. That was weird. Jump stand loop, URR, fall motion. And yeah, I was just trying to look at that. And it wouldn't let me for a minute there. So jump greater than 0, good. And we're looking at... I have to go in and look at these. They should be in order, right? Well, they're actually backwards. Interesting. Well, jump is before swimming. Yeah, these are directly backwards, aren't they? That's weird. Usually you append something when you add to it. But I'm not actually positive that it moves through these in this direction. Maybe it moves from the bottom up. Certainly logic in that jump fires. Yeah, basically I just want jump to always overpower everything else. If jump is firing, well, again, we don't want to do it if we're in the boat. Fall should only happen, but again, because of the delay, on ground was false. Treading water was also false. I suppose we could set this to also require that jump be 0 if we want to be more specific with our logic. The whole point of moving jump above fall was in hopes that if this triggers, we'll not actually even make it to this logic. What's the whole point of that? So it's weird that it shows those from bottom up, but maybe it's running through the logic and bottom up because Unity doesn't always make total sense. So let me just get on a rock here first and make sure we plug in our new animator. Let's pull out the animation window again and make sure we don't have ourselves selected so the frame rate doesn't get murdered. And yeah, we can see horizontals updating. We should be in the melee tree. Okay, now we are. Now when I jump, we did make it to jump, but it was so slow that it really only actually played the idle animation. And these don't have exit times, so they should be immediate, but you know, if it's visible with the eye, that just means it's too slow. It's going into idle and it's wasting all the time transitioning from melee to idle. I guess because we've got this set up, right? In the event of a jump, maybe we can turn this down to like almost nothing. Will that improve the transition speed, perhaps? Okay, we're in melee, and that actually did work better. We're still not playing the jump animation. Let's go ahead. We do want this to have its little bit of transition time. You know, I don't want to just immediately go straight to jump. Jump is not plugged in for some reason, so no wonder that looks terrible. Yeah, so at least we're getting our jump now. Alright, so maybe our transition speed is important for some of these. I guess even if you're not using, so yeah, that is basically instant. I wonder if I reduce this even a little bit more. Just so it's got just a little bit left. And I want to make sure I'm in one-handed melee. Yeah, it still goes straight to idle though, doesn't it? You can see I'm standing like I'm ready to fight, and then let's see if I can do it really quick. Like, see, it has to transition to idle immediately, even though I set, you know, because I set it to do that. So it goes here immediately, and then and you kind of can't see what I'm clicking on, can you? It transitions from the one-handed melee tree immediately to idle. So there's no blending going on between the jumps. So I don't think that this process is going to work. I was kind of hoping I could get everything like operating off of this sort of spoken hub pattern thing here, but again, because I'm doing this via code, it's not a big deal if I have to change it. So let's go ahead and change it. We want to go and have all of these capable of switching immediately into any of these: boat, jump, fall, or swim. And we want to get rid of this any state still. Okay, I got it. That was just to test and see if we could do it that way or not. And all the plugging in and stuff that we did is something we need to do only once, so that is not a waste of time. We just need to fix up some of our logic. So let's see. First of all, where was our swimming one? Any to swimming. This one is no bueno. That one we do not want. And then we want from all of our major trees, like idle, one hand, two hand. I kind of want to organize these a little better. In other words, I want to move all the hard transitions beneath the rest of these. These are all the trees. What is all of this? This is just the example code that's still at the bottom here. Melee to idle, weapon type. Yeah, I don't need any of that, so we'll get rid of that. Put this stuff at the bottom. And I do like to keep stuff in order. What's my order up top? It's idle, stealth, harvesting, and then combat. So here we're going to do the same, preferably idle, stealth, harvesting, combat. Okay, we're good on order. Now, idle's already set up. So, should we write methods to handle this stuff? Let me think about that for a second. We know the state that we are. Cat hair, cat fur. We know the state that we're coming from. Which is this guy. That's a variable. We know the state that we want to go to for all of these. And the conditions are all the same. So I think we can write this into a method that all of the trees are going to make use of. So let's see if we can do that. Void, let's say add static outbound transitions. And we're going to need, let's see, this is a animator state. This is going to be our source state, And then we're going to have likewise an animator state. This is going to be our destination state, right? We're adding outbound transitions, yeah. And I think that that is all we need. So our source is basically all of these guys. And then our destinations, no, actually these are all separate. We don't need these guys, we're just trying to get the static ones set up. So we need to actually pass references, and these are structs. No, these are classes. Good? Classes, good? Okay. We need state swimming, state jump, state fall, and state boat. So I'm just going to copy this. Let's do a new line down here. Whoops. Let's do it right here. And let's go 2, 3, 4. And we're going to have state jump, state fall, and state boat. And let's add another line there just for clarity. And let's see. I can go ahead and make this full screen for now. Could zoom up a little if you like. And now we're just going to be passing in. We did this once already with idle. So these 4 are now going to be just handled by that. So we can say, what was it? Add static outbound transitions using the state idle tree. And we're going to pass into it state swimming, state jump, state fall, and state boat. So for now I'm just going to comment these out in case this doesn't work as expected, but this should add all of that stuff for me automatically. And now I can also add all of that down here, instead using the stealth blend tree. Was it stealth state tree? And here we're going to use the state harvesting tree, the state one-handed tree, state 1, and state 2-handed ranged tree. So now it should assign all of those for us as expected, and we'll want to do the same thing going backwards, but let's make sure that it creates this as we are expecting it to. Always nice to have a little machine rather than going through and typing all of that stuff out yourself. So we're just going to delete the old animator and create a new one. And we now see a bunch of connections. This is kind of, like why I didn't want to do this. But we'll probably, let's see, idle. The reason I put idle in the middle was because I figured, if you're going from one-handed melee to, say, you're pulling out your bow, a little bit of transition, it's like a half second here to a half second here, not a big deal. And that improves, the alternative would be, like I'm doing here with all of these now, is to have connections between all of these. And it's certainly possible, that's what I was doing before, where I had this spider web of everything connecting. But kind of gross. Again, I'm not actually manually changing any of this right now anymore, since we're doing it by code, so it kind of doesn't matter what it looks like anymore. But it would kind of be nice to still just avoid that. But anyway, so boat idle can now be immediately accessed. Let's go ahead and just look at that. We're trying to test going melee straight into jump. It doesn't have an exit time. It's going to play a transition based on wherever it is down into the start of jump. Should look a lot smoother by totally bypassing idle. Did I get rid, though, of the one-handed melee too? Yeah, I did not get rid of this guy. We don't want that anymore since we're now adding our own static transitions, but this is getting added first, so it should overpower the other one, I would expect. We can give it a try, though. I really need to just get on this rock and save, so I stop drowning every time I load. And let's see. Select myself, scroll down, assign the animator. Make sure I don't have myself selected so my frame rate doesn't get murdered. And we don't have the fall animation plugged in still for some reason. But we should be able to watch the logic at least. Make sure it's got us targeted. There it goes. And it's still, oh yeah, we're in idle. Okay, so pull my sword out, and there we go, go straight to jump. So that is what we are looking for. Doesn't seem to be actually jumping though. Is the jump animation? It's not in and working. I must not have set those up right. Jump start for you, sir, and jump loop, I believe, for the fall. Get my sword out. And that looks fine, and I think I want to reduce the time spent transitioning. This one does have an exit time, so it's waiting for the animation to finish playing before it goes into fall. It's not actually ever making it to fall. We're spending the whole time running the jump animation to the point that we end up going directly back to idle because on ground ends up being true. But if I turn, well, it'll still have a transition if I turn exit time off, but it will be nearly immediate. And it's not terrible, and I could turn the transition speed up a little bit. How come this guy's all the way over there? Maybe we go something more like this. You know what I mean? So we're like blending between jump and fall. That actually looks quite a bit better. Of course, it's not going to save that I did that unless I code that in. So let's do that. That actually looks quite a bit better. And I have not actually done that before. So let's see what we need to do that. Basically, what we are doing is transition speed, and how do I measure this? Like, what are we looking at here? This is 0.11, I believe. No, that's 0.15. So we're at 0.11.2. Kind of like that. Going into about 15.7. Which is 45. Let's see, 0.45, right? So what we're trying to do is handle jump outbound transition, jump to fall, Has next time, that's true. Jump to fall, transition, duration, the duration of the transition. Cool. This equals 0.045, right? That seems terribly fast, but when we're talking about seconds. So yeah, I don't think that's actually what I want. 11, a better way to write this would have been like this, right? 11.2 seconds to 15.7 seconds. Comes out to 4.5 seconds? There's no way that's actually spending 4.5 seconds doing that though, right? What am I getting wrong here? That's what this scale sure looks like. There's no way it spent 4.5 seconds transitioning. Did it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no way that took that long. What is that scale trying to tell me here? Like it's got a whole minute. I guess that must be a second. So, this must have been actually correct. That seems really fast, but I suppose that is correct, because there's no way it's 4.5 seconds. 0.045 sounds really, really fast, though. I was trying to improve that a little bit. 0.45. I don't know. I guess we just compile that and see if that has the effect that we were looking for anyway. Already compiled? Oh, okay. Let's delete it and recreate it. And, oh no, we're still in game. Okay. We need to leave, recompile, and recreate. And then we can take a look and see how those numbers look. And if, it's too much, too little, we can change the code. That's why the code approach is vastly superior in my opinion. Jump to fall. Again, these are not plugging in properly. Why is that? I have jump and fall. I guess I just didn't actually plug those in. Where do those get plugged in? Fall state. Yeah, we just never finished plugging these in. State swimming dot motion equals motion swimming. Oh, what is it? What's it called? You know what I'm talking about, right? Main script. There it is. Main script dot motion swimming. Yeah, let's copy paste. We want to make sure these are all getting plugged in. This is state fall. This is state jump. And this is state boat. And we're going to motion fall. Don't we have a tread? I didn't finish plugging that in apparently. Yeah, this actually needs to be a tree, but we'll get that sorted out later. Motion jump and motion boat. No? Do we not have boat? Guess we don't have boat yet. Motion boat. Also not yet important, but might as well get it working. So that'll get those plugged in because we can't preview things unless they're plugged in properly. Again, boat. Yeah, we might as well plug it in. As long as we're here. Our old boat animation is where? None. He got removed somehow. Well, I think I've got him here as well somewhere. No. It was basically just a sit. How did this get deleted from there? That's interesting. This is the even older one. Death, boat, idle. There it is. RPG character, unarmed, sit, idle. Gonna move you into the animations folder. And close all of that back down. Let's go ahead and name him. He's named here. Why is he not named? Oh, he is named there. I was looking at motion, sorry. You are boat. Okay. Now we can player animator delete. Oops, I've hit page down. Player animator delete. Recreate. And now we should be able to preview this and jump to fall. I'd like to zoom in on this, and yeah, that's nowhere near as we were going from like here to over here. So how am I reading this scale wrong? 'Cause that looks like more than one, right? But we told it to do 0.045. I'm assuming that this is seconds. And I'm assuming that this is also seconds. So I don't know. Let's just increase it. This looks like about a bar and a quarter for some reason. And we want about, again, we wanted about 4.5 bars. So I guess we'll just up it by 3x for some unknown reason. Don't actually know what number this is. Let's do just like 1.6 maybe-ish. Compile and delete and recreate. And definitely looks better. It's about where we want it. Of course, we would prefer that it was more like this. But that is about what we were aiming for, more or less. Again, I don't know. Do I need to change the offset or something to get that to work? Because if it's all the way over here, you got like a bunch of dead motion there. I think you would be smart enough to figure that out. I guess that would just be loop. But you don't want to loop it. I don't know. It's weird. Let's see. Again, I don't know why 0.16 ended up being what we wanted. How does that translate to this scale? Transition duration, fixed duration, transition offset. What am I changing here? Exit time is going up and transition offset is going down. Interruption source. Somebody had a tutorial about that I did not read. exit time, I want you to come down to about 0.7, it looks like. Jump to fall exit time equals 0.7 f. Is that correct? Again, yeah, it says seconds. Transition duration in seconds. So what are these numbers on here? How is that? Am I stupid? Am I the only one that doesn't get what's going on here? How does 0.11 to 0.16 translate to 0.16? Just like, do I need more coffee? I don't get it, but whatever. I'm just not going to look at these numbers, I guess. Let's get that exit time compiled and look at that, and we should be done with jump. Was there other funky logic going on with the fall and whatnot? And currently, we don't have reverse logic set up. Yeah, that looks cool. I think that's right about how we want it. Kind of no point in previewing it, because it's not, way too hard to really look at when you're not in game. But yeah, so we have boat going here, but then boat only actually goes to idle. And that's not terrible, like I was saying. If we're not in boat, it's going to go to idle, and then it's going to go to whatever weapon we've got out in the span of half a second. I think that's totally fine. We could spread these out, or like reposition this guy somewhere to make this maybe easier to look at. I think he is, I think that would actually be better. Let's move the idle tree position to not be at negative 150. For some reason, negative is up on that scale, but we'll put him at 0. And that all looks good and fine for the most part, I think. Kind of still just testing out logic. Lunch is approaching, though. What do we want to do next? I want to make sure the logic works, is kind of where I'm at. But again, anybody can head to jump. Jump can go to fall if we are not on the ground, or he can return to idle if we are on the ground. Likewise, fall can go back if we're not in the water and we are on ground. He's not using an exit time. He's using I think by default the transition is 0.1 seconds, which is generally good enough. Swimming we didn't have set up yet properly. We're just stuck swimming, right? Or no, this is, we don't have tread. Was this tread or not? Yeah, we don't have tread set up. Tread was the idle, so we're doing the swim animation right now. And actually with my new tool that I got, I can fix this. This was always something that really bothered me. When you're treading water, your hips are right here. And then when you're swimming, like your center of gravity goes here. When your center of gravity, I guess that's what I meant, not your hips. Like your center of gravity is like right here, right? On your stomach. Or like, well, it's actually like right here. This is the water level, right? Is it your shoulders generally when someone's in the water? And then when you're swimming, you want the water level to be like right here. But these animations just don't go together in that. So when you're swimming, you're like, I need to edit those. And maybe there's actually better animations in this pack that Meanie helped us get. So, should we take a look at that real quick? Why not? I'm going to leave you expanded because you're cool. Kevin, where are you at, Kevin? Kevin Iglesias. Basic motion, I think. Animations. Whoops. Movement, swim. See how he's floating up? That's how it should be. That's what I'm talking about. What do you... Oh, you can't see it, can you? Sorry. He's floating way up off the ground. Nice swim. That's root motion. What is this? Swim. Oh, he's drowning. Oh, he actually died in the water. Yeah, that's good. We'll definitely use that. And then here's the tread. Cool. I'm going to bring those right over right now. Let's do that. And how do I want to do that? I suppose I will just import. Usually I just copy and paste them on the hard disk. But that seems to not always work like 10,000% like you would want it to. So let's go ahead and hit the import button. And turn everything off. Collapse everything. We want basic animations, movement. Or was it MISC? Movement. Where was it? Animations, movement. I need another coffee or something, I'm serious. Motion, animation, movement. Wasn't there a swim? Oh, it's down here. Okay, why would you put the folders at the bottom? Who does that? Swim, let's bring these 3 in. And let's move them to our animation folder, much as we like you, Kevin. I'm going to delete your folder. And let's go ahead and plug those in. Let's see, we don't have a die yet, but I'll get to that later. Swim and tread. So I'm probably going to get rid of you two, but let's go ahead and just do that. Bye-bye. Surface and tread. And where did they go? Swim. Basic motion, swim, idle. Oh, he's got the whole array here. You can't actually see him, can you? He's got the full set of takes. Forward, left, right. Very nice. So we will plug those all in later. We'll definitely want to make a tree, even backwards. Very nice. Very nice. Upwards and downwards. Cool. There's a full directional support here. Very nice. I guess we can go ahead and set that up. Has to happen someday. So we've got idle, stealth, harvest, one hand, two hand, and swimming. I'm going to get rid of swimming as just a state, and we're actually going to make this into a new blend tree. And I'll put it between idle and stealth. So let's do swim tree. I guess we'll call it swimming. And basically I'm just going to copy and paste this whole deal. It's actually got more motions than some of this stuff. State. Yeah, we can just get rid of you, and you're a new machine called swim. Add machine swim. Currently he is at 600 and 0, I believe it was. I just deleted him. Minus 75. 600 and minus 75 is his position. We'll leave all that as is. He's going to be a new tree called the swim blend tree. We're going to add him to this. We're going to call him swim blend tree. Freeform, vertical, horizontal and vertical, yes, but it's actually 3D. I've never had a 3D blend tree. I don't think there is a 3D blend tree. That's fine. Just have to be states within the substate, which is something we have to set up anyway, even though we haven't done it yet. So Cartesian 2D, horizontal, vertical, and we don't have these guys set up yet. So idle motions, we're now going to do a whole line of swimming motions. Motion swim idle, and then basically these are all going to translate to swim like that. And so we've got left, forward, forward, right, right. We don't need run. We do need backwards, back left, back right. I forget if it had directional. Can I see that still? I can. Backwards left, backwards right. It does not. That's fine. You don't need to be that specific for backwards. And if we do need to, I usually just rotate this animation at 45 degrees. No, yeah, it's because there's no run. This is actually the same. Yeah, these are the diagonal ones, so that's all good and fine. And then we're also going to be using ascend and descend. Swim, ascend, swim, descend. But these are not actually going to fit on the blend tree. Let's see, state, swim tree, swim blend tree, state swim tree equals swim blend tree. And then these are, once again, motion swim idle, I believe. And these can all get replaced with swim. Whoops, not all of them. Let's start that over. U and what is it, F2 to skip or F3? F3. Like that. And we don't have the runs, that's right. Runs can kill you. And now we need to add, not children, but we need states within the swimming substate. So I haven't actually done this yet. It's definitely something we need to do for all of the attack skills, though, so we need to figure it out anyway. So let's see. Basically, this is how you add a state normally, right? But we want to add a state within the substate. So how do we do that? So here's the blend tree. That's fine. This is actually the whole swimming substate, not just the swimming tree. Stuff like that bothers me. Swimming substate. So I want to add, I guess this is all I have to do, right? Machine base, we're actually going to do machine swim. Add state, it's going to be ascend. Let's see, the blend tree is at machine base, add state machine. Yeah, he's at 600 minus 75. No, that's his position in the parent. Entry in the parent state machine position. 600 minus 150. Yeah, that's the exit. Or return to base. Where's the blend tree position? Blend tree position's right here. Okay. Right here. 300 minus 150. Okay, so let us do, let's say 600 and minus 150 for you. And we're going to have a descend that's at minus 225. This is going to be state ascend. There aren't any other ascends or descends, so I don't really need to worry about this naming being more specific than that, I don't think. And this is going to be motion ascend and motion descend. Are we missing anything else? State ascend, machine swim, add state. Oops, run and edit. Where did that come from? Motion, swim, ascend, and descend. That should set those up for us. Let's go take a look. We got a bunch of errors going on because we now cannot go directly to the state swimming. We need to go to the swim tree. State swim tree. Because it's not just a state anymore. And likewise, those transitions do get added to the tree directly. That should be all good and fine. Let's compile and take a peek. I don't have these plugged in yet. I suppose we can do that real quick here too, before we generate. Take a look. So now we've got the swimming motions exposed, and we want to do backwards. Backwards left, backwards right, upwards is ascend, downwards is descend, right, left, forward left, forward right, forwards, and where is idle? There you are. Should be good. And now I want to delete the old animator, create a new, and let's take a look. We don't have any transitions going to it properly yet for some reason. We messed up the idle position. I wanted this at 75, I believe, but yeah, the blend tree did not create properly. But we do have ascend and descend creating, and the motions are applied. What did we mess up? Probably just named something improperly. Machine swim. Um, uh, let's see. Swim blend tree, good. And then you need to get added. Motion equals state swim tree. What now? Animator state machine. Machine swim. Add state machine swim. Got it. Again, we messed up the idle positioning. This guy needs to be at minus 75. But what happened to here? Blend tree, swim blend tree. Properly being added to the controller. He's being named. Oh, yeah, this is all incorrect here. All of these need to be like this. Swim blend tree, add child, yada yada. Animator state swim tree, machine idle. Nope. You likewise are machine swim. Add state swim blend tree, state swim tree dot motion equals swim blend tree. Okay. Not a problem. That should fix all of that. Recompile, delete, and take a look. Very nice. Only having to ever plug those animations in once. Again, doing this all manually in the past. Every time you change something, you gotta go in and replug all of that stuff. It was something I just really hated about animations. So idle positioning is fixed. We might move swim and all of these up another one. I just kind of don't want things crossing over one another as much as possible. But here we do have the blend tree. It's all plugged in and working properly. We've got our 8 directions of movement. If we back out, we don't have connections set up to ascend and descend yet, right? So we do need to set that up. Not a problem. So far, so good. Half of a 4.00 frozen pizza. What does that mean? I want some. Did I buy a pizza? I don't. Oh, I did buy little pizzas. I could eat some pizza. They have these pizzas at my supermarket that they're on focaccia bread. So it's just like a mini focaccia. It's kind of like a size of a pita thing. Uh-oh. Did art get banned too? I need to figure out what is doing that. 26 messages were deleted from art. $4. Did you say a bad word or something? What happened? I need to figure out what's doing that. Didn't like the $sign. Oh. Okay. That is one of the settings. Let me bring it up here. I think I can show you guys this. There's nothing incriminating here, is there? Mod tools, symbol protection. So if you've got more than 60% of whatever message you typed is all okay, but I can get rid of, I can make it ignore regulars and subscribers. Okay, so that's what the problem was. You guys aren't subscribers, but you're regulars. So let me update this so that it doesn't mess with you guys. Caps protection, I'm definitely going to need to turn that off for Meanie. Symbol protection, word protection, you guys are fine. Yeah, it's fine. Emote protection, likewise. Auto permit regulars and subscribers. Okay, that should stop those random deletion sprees. Yeah, because there wasn't enough like other content with the symbol, you know what I mean? Like if it's just one symbol in a string of like 30 words, it doesn't care. But if it's like the bulk of whatever you did, then it doesn't like that. So yeah, sorry about that. Tweaking. Red Baron pizza price, yeah. Anyway, let's see. What do we got? But yeah, I'm gonna have some pizza for lunch too. That sounds good. Just bought those yesterday. Blend tree is working. I kind of want to move them all up a little bit. So I want this guy to actually be at 150. And since he's a full tree, I should probably... no, because this does get fed to by everyone else. He's kind of one of these non-idle things, right? Yeah, that's fine for now. Swimming... What were the other ones? It's just these states here. So I want to move these guys all up 75. Get some minimal organization going on, you know. And let's see... We need to have transitions. Yeah, we want to do transitions after everything gets created, right? We've got idle here, so we'll put our... this all did work, so we don't need that anymore. Let's do swimming, outbound, transitions, and actually... So not just that, there's going to be other ones. The main ones that we want are from the tree to ascending and descending. Animator state transition, swim to ascend equals, let's see, swim tree, swim state swim tree dot add transition. I just learned all of this yesterday, so state ascend and swim to ascend dot add condition greater than 0 is jump, right? And then we're also gonna have to do one reverse, but we're also going to do one swim to descend. State swim tree add transition, state descend, swim to descend, add condition. Let's see. What is that called? I don't have that set up yet. I'm going to have to let this compile to look at it. I believe it's the crouch key. But we did make a specific descend parameter, didn't we? That was something people requested. I know it's a keybind. Is it a parameter over here? It's probably at the bottom if it is. Treading water, churn, forward, put down, shear, revive. I don't see it here. If it's not here, we want to add it. Let's go look at the code for that. I will save you for the moment. And what are we talking about? It is a keybind. I know that. Which would be under global key bindings. Descend. And this way I can find all references. And it should be this guy. Swim down equals get key. And then swim down gets passed to the animator at some point, right? I believe. This is custom character controller. Where is animate? That's handle input. Here's animate. If we are not, if we are underwater, we set trading true. I guess this isn't, yeah, we haven't animated this up until now. We just moved the player up and down was all that we were doing. So we need to just add a little bit of logic here. And I don't get why we put set grounded true here. Why did I add that when you are in the water? I guess it doesn't matter if you are or not grounded. If you're treading water, you're treading water, I guess. Anyway. So treading is good. Now we also want to do if swim down. And these are bools, right? Cool. So we're going to have to do some new logic. Player animation dot do nothing actually uses swimming though, right? It's if you are treading water, that means you're in the water. Is somebody calling this? Yeah, nobody's actually even using this. This is irrelevant logic. So let's change this to be set. Can we do this in one method? Because you only can either be ascending or descending. It would be silly to have both. Set. Yeah, we should probably do one or the other, or both of them. Set ascend player animators, then I'm going to set bool. Bool, is that fair? I guess. We could do like a vertical. My cat's is sneezing. We could do like a vertical float scale, but I think a bool will work. And then we're just I said ascende, not ascende. Command update ascend bool, and this makes sure that you can see other people swimming in multiplayer. Set bool ascend value RPC update ascend. Maybe I should copy paste. Ascend. And that should do it. Player animator, yada yada. Now we just copy paste this guy for descend, which means basically I can just replace all of these with descend. Dun, 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 and whoops. Descend, that should work for all of that. And now we just need to do set ascend. If we're swimming down, we're going to do set descend to be true. Else player animation dot set descend. Oops, player animation dot set descend to be false. Now that I look at this, we're going to be setting treading whenever we're not underwater. and we're going to be constantly sending this data to the server, aren't we? That's kind of not nice. Is this just repeating constantly? I'm going to have to look into that. I'm going to write that down. Our multiplayer animation updates, parentheses, swimming, updating per frame, question mark. You know, and that's like a fraction of a byte being sent back and forth. Doesn't matter, but would be preferably avoided. Anyway, assuming we are underwater, if we are swimming down, we're going to set descend to true. Otherwise, we're going to set descend to false. And if we are swimming up, kind of sounds like someone's creeping up on me. Player animation set ascend true or false. Well, I guess if we're not treading, this logic is moot, right? Doesn't matter. So we don't have to be setting those all up here. It's only gonna be firing when we're in the swimming tree. So that should be enough for that. I'll leave that open for the moment in case we need to go back to it, but I think that's enough and done with all of that. So we're going to want ascend, swimming transitions. This is going to be if, now that it's going to be a bool, and it's going to be ascend, and if, capital I, descend. So that's fine. Assuming we are ascending, we're going to actually want to be able to go backwards as well. So ascend to swim. State swim tree. Actually, this is state ascend. Add transition towards state swim tree. Our condition for ascend to swim being if not, ascend. So basically just the same thing in reverse. And we can do the same thing here. Instead of ascend, we'll do descend. State descend, add transition. Descend to swim, add condition. If not, descend. Let's get that compiling and take a peek at it. I think that should work. Can you tie... There's a treading water and swimming animation. Can you tie a send to server when height, so if underwater it doesn't update until you surface? Swimming while skinning has no animation. That's a good point. Same as attack plus swim. We can definitely add all of those. That does bring up some questions though. Since we're doing this by code, I can totally make that way easier to set up. Like we did with our method down here, we can have a method to spawn all of the one-handed melee attack animations within the one-handed melee tree, because we're 100% going to build that anyway. But if we make it into a method like this, we could add the exact same thing into the swimming tree, because you don't ever really want to stand there idle, right? You're swimming with your sword or whatever, but you still want to be able to do the attacks, right? So that's probably how that's going to have to go, which means basically the swimming tree is going to have every animation within it, more or less. But I think that that's unavoidable and not like bad or wrong or anything. It's just how it's going to be. I'm trying to think, you know, like another way to do it. Well, let's go ahead and create this and look at it while we're talking about it. So I moved swim up. Basically, the melee attacks are all going to be like spread out up here, right? So when I get to swim, I'm going to want to add those. You see how I added these now, and they've got to and from logic. And we should be able to check this out in game. We can do that. I'm going to go to lunch here anyway, so let's do that. But probably going to have to add all of that stuff into here. An alternative would be to like have those scattered out here, and then melee could access them and stealth could access them, and I'm trying to think, you know, and since we're doing this by code, it's really easy to move stuff around once we've programmed it. Like, what if you're in harvesting mode currently, and then you attack? Well, what's going to happen is, no, I do these from any state, though. So if you've got an attack in here, you actually want to have a transition to go to that. But in order to go from the melee blend tree back to the swimming tree, actually it would go pretty much immediately since we are treading water. So say you trigger an attack, which is able to trigger from anywhere. If you've got this, you've got your attack trigger. The attack fires. It attempts to go back to the blend tree. Within the span of 0.1 seconds, the blend tree realizes it's underwater and it goes back to the swim tree. I think that that's fine, yes. We don't have to have them copied into here. They can just exist in here using the any state. And really all that matters is what we go back to after the attack. So we'll have to check and see how those transitions timing work. Because we're going to be underwater. It's going to make a move to the, armed blend tree for a moment. But very quickly it's going to transition back to swimming. So I think it should be fine. But we'll give it a try. In the meantime, let us take a peek real quick at the swimming animations. Are all plugged in, right? Swimming blend tree's got all of that stuff in it. And descend and ascend are also assigned with parameter does not exist. Okay, I didn't actually set up the parameters, did I? That's fine. Let's do that. Add parameter. We need ascend and descend bools. Recommend dropping what? What do you mean, meanie? Create, and now those should be proper, right? Okay, so if we're not ascending, we're going to go back. If we are ascending, we're going to come here. Not descending, are ascending. That should be good. So let us load and give that a try since we're right next to the water. Drop swimming. What do you mean? In game? How are you going to get seaweed? How are you going to get squid ink? How are you going to get thrown into the air by sharks? Let's see. Scroll down, assign the animator, select something else. I don't really need to be looking at it. Let's go. There we've got, I pulled my bow out by accident. Swimming looks good. We can swim diagonal. We can go backwards. These look way better. Way better. And when I swim, I'm more or less on the surface, and my head pops out when I'm here. Yeah, these look way better. Cool. So thanks to Meanie for that. My hands are giant, but what are you going to do? How come you can't see my... my sword's facing that way, huh? I'd actually like to put my... and ascend and descend work. Ascend is kind of silly, but I guess... Okay, so what happened here? I'm stuck in ascend because I'm not setting this here, and this doesn't know how to get out here unless I add let's see, we need a second, not a second condition. Let me pause for a second. We need a second transition that if we are not treading water, then we can just leave and we don't need an exit time for that. There we go. So I'll have to add those so we don't get stuck. What's going on? It's prioritizing ascend and descend over returning to the idle tree because of the order that I created those. Transitions are at the bottom. Swimming transitions, yeah. I put these prior to if not treading water. So yeah, these need to not be here, but be up here and actually go first. And can I actually do that in, can I reorganize these? So this is up here. That should fix that, right? Because I'm pretty sure it does those in order. Yeah, okay, so we should be fine now that I've fixed that. Alright, cool, looking a lot better, looking a lot better. And again, I already have a variety of, let's quit out of here so I can show you these. No, it's just the logic flows there. They can get stuck if you don't have the logic set up properly. Like I didn't want to spam up here where it says set treading false to also make sure that it sets descend and ascend to false. Like that would be safer. But I don't want it doing that constantly just because I'm not in the water. So we want to make sure that the logic for if you're not in the water takes precedence over whether you're ascending or descending. So if you're not in the water, these don't matter. We want to exit out of the swim tree completely. But yeah, I got a few cool animations here picked out already for some new attacks, for different skills like stomp and stab and thrust, and zealous strike, calculated strike. I got a list going here of ones that I want to plug in. But again, because we're expanding animations to include a lot of new stuff, and eventually we're also going to want to add in our dual wielding tree and our two-handed tree and probably a one-handed throwing tree. Maybe two-handed casting versus one-handed casting needs to be different. There's work to be done here. So I wanted to make sure that I'm not stuck clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking, because it's just really hard to one at a time click and look at these and make sure everything's, this stuff's all timed properly and yada yada. Eventually we will have monks too. So there's a lot of work that over time needs to happen in here. So I wanted to make sure that I could do that all through code, because I really hate working with this interface. And it's all working great so far. I think this is all pretty much done. I still need to plug in the two-handed ranged motions in some of these things, harvesting motions. But once that is all working fine, we can get into working on these new animations and checking out this pack full of cool stuff that Amini got for us. Caster. I'm curious what melee and soldier are different for. Oh, this is like a gun guy, huh? Okay, so we probably don't need those, but probably still some. Maybe not, but still cheaper having all of these in there. So melee warrior has a bunch of animations. One-handed, two-handed, dual wield. Oh, cool. Left hand attack. Cool. Shield. Is there a shield attack? There's shield attacks. Wow. Lots of stuff. Let me look at that real quick. I've talked too much on just one cup of coffee. Because we need a nice shield bash. Cool. Yeah, these look great. Well, that's like a shield punch. Yeah, I'm not sure about. Oh, yeah, there's a scammer. Porn website. I've kind of just been trying to. Because it's always the same. There's only like 2 or 3 different links that they use. So I've actually just been thinking I'll plug those into my blacklist. Of course, that's on YouTube, but I think CloudBot can handle that. Word protection, blacklist. Okay, so that should get rid of that. I don't think it knows how to do it retroactively, but it'll get it when it shows up next time. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go make sure my wife isn't dead, because I haven't seen her yet today. Hi, kitty. Oh, I forgot my yogurt. time for some pizza. So yeah, that's what I've been working on, and it's going good. I'll keep plugging into this stuff, and Peepy John, you want to be on camera for a minute? Or I can show the people your face. Oh, it's pretty good. You're sure white. You're sure white kitty. Birds are chirping. Sun is out. Nice day. Nice day to be a kitty. Alright, well, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you again, Meanie. Thanks for stopping by. Art and Charlenoir, good to see you.